Today, we are discussing a series of murders with the same suspect. The murders have perplexed authorities and crime lovers alike for centuries. Today, we are discussing the crimes of the creature. There is something viewers should know before we begin. The suspect isn't human. He was created from corpses to make a stronger, faster, smarter being. There are very few people who have seen this being and lived. We will discuss those people later. Based on their descriptions, the creature is believed to be about 2.4 meters tall. He most likely weighs between 136 to 158 kilograms. Footprints acquired from crime scenes reveal he wears a size 52 shoe. He has long, curly black hair, yellow eyes. He has a tall, muscular build with yellow, wrinkled skin. People who have heard him talk say that he has a slight French accent. There have been very few pictures of him. Though they are blurry, we can still confirm these characteristics are accurate. He is known to have caused the deaths of Elizabeth Lavenza, William Frankenstein, Henry Clerval, and Justine Moritz. The first crime we will discuss is the murder of William Frankenstein and the false accusation of Justine Moritz. This event took place on May 7th in Geneva, Switzerland. The victim, 5-year-old William Frankenstein, was playing in the local woods with his brother, Ernest Frankenstein, when he became lost. After hours of searching, his lifeless body was found. Around his neck, there were black finger marks indicating his asphyxiation. The locket and picture previously given to him were missing. A couple days later, the family servant, Justine Moritz, was found with the picture in her coat pocket. Justine was tried and eventually admitted to the murder. She was then put to death. About a year later, the creature murdered innocent man Henry Clerval. His body was found washed onto a beach at night. The lack of daylight prevented the fishermen who found him from seeing the black marks on his neck. They brought the body to a house nearby to examine it. When they saw the body, they suspected him to be about 25. They then saw the black marks of fingers on his neck and realized the man had not drowned. The creature's creator, Victor Frankenstein, was blamed for the murder because he was close to Clerval. He was jailed and became extremely ill. When his health got better, he was tried and found not guilty. Frankenstein was thought to be mad when he went through fits of saying things such as, "The creature did it," or "I killed Justine, William, and Henry." The creature laid low for a brief period of time. The next known murder was the death of Elizabeth Lavenza. The murder occurred on the night of her wedding. Ironically, she was getting married to Victor Frankenstein. Characteristics of the corpse were almost identical to those of William Frankenstein and Henry Clerval. She had large, dark marks on her neck that indicate she had been strangled. Frankenstein accused the creature of the murder and went out to look for him with no results. We have several witnesses to attest to everything discussed. We will first speak with Ernest Frankenstein, the last person to see William Frankenstein alive. Ernest, tell me about the last time you saw your brother alive.
Well, we were playing hide and seek, and William went to hide. I couldn't find him, so I went home because I thought he went to hide at home. He wasn't there. We went to look for him again, and we found his body. He had black bruises on his neck. I feel like I could have just...
Okay, thank you, Ernest. That's all the time we have. Next, we will speak with Mr. Kerwin about the murder of Mr. Henry Clerval. Now, Mr. Kerwin, why was Victor Frankenstein framed for the murder of Mr. Clerval?
Mr. Frankenstein arrived by boat to our small town. It was identical to the boat that dumped the body on the beach. He was put into jail before his trial. However, he did get extremely ill. The trial had to be postponed until he got better. When the trial finally happened, it was revealed Mr. Frankenstein wasn't in our small town at the time of the dumping, so he was released.
Did you believe Mr. Frankenstein was insane when he spoke of a creature who caused this?
Yes, he was in and out of illness at the time. He would go through periods of blindness and fever. I thought he might be referring to a dark side of himself. I did not believe that what he was saying was true.
Thank you for coming in today. We will now hear about a whole new side of this story. Robert Walton plays an interesting role in this story. He is the only known person to have encountered the creature and lived to tell about it. His side of the story presents a whole new perspective on the preceding events. The following interview was taken place years after these murders occurred. Good morning, Mr. Walton. I'm glad you could come out today.
Thank you, I'm glad to be here.
So tell me, how did you get wound up in the crimes of the creature?
Well, it all started when I was traveling up in the North Pole. We were trapped in the ice when this traveler, Victor Frankenstein, came up to my ship. He was very ill, but after he got better, he began to tell me his bizarre story. He told me of this monstrous creature he built out of dead bodies.
Did he give you a description of this creature?
Yes, he said he was tall, with black hair and yellow skin.
And what did Victor say about the murders of William, Henry, and Elizabeth?
Well, for the murder of William, he said that it was not Justine who killed him, but the creature. He said that the creature was seeking revenge against him because he was so hideous. The same goes for the murder of Henry, but for Elizabeth, it was a bit different. Victor said that in an attempt to make the creature quit his murderous ways, he created a female creature of equal ugliness. But after realizing the destruction that could come of it, Victor tore her up and threw her in a river. Victor said that the creature vowed vengeance on him, and that he got it through the murder of Elizabeth.
So Victor knew of the horror that this creature was causing the whole time.
Not quite. Victor said that after the death of William, he ran into his creature, and then he told him what he had done. It was at this point that Victor agreed to make the second creature.
What happened after the death of Elizabeth?
Victor vowed to get revenge on his creature, or die trying. He chased the creature all over the world trying to get his revenge. It was during this chase that he stumbled upon my ship, at which point he became very ill. After he got better, he told me his story, but again he became ill. He died on September 9th.
What happened after he died?
Moments after he died, the creature he had spoke of appeared on my ship. He wept for his creator and spoke of the remorse he felt for what he had done. After this, he told me his plan of ending his own life, and then he left. That was the last I ever heard of him.
That was the last anybody has heard from him. We can only hope that he went through with his final deed so that no one else may feel the pain he causes. Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.
Today, we just showed you facts and evidence, but nobody knows whether the creature is still out there or if he carried out his final deed. Maybe one day we will have a video about the conclusion to this story.